back over on that corner, and this corner, this whole little piece right here will come out. So we'll get that done. Alright guys, what we're going to do here now is we got to get ready to find the center point of our rear end here too, so that we can use this famous tool here, which is called a plumb bob. That way we can line it up and find out where a straight center of that axle needs to be. So let's get a measurement here real quick. Let's see. We got a 3-inch tube, so we want 1.5 inches. We're going to mark this at 1.5 inches for center. Let's see. There's my 1.5 inches right here. Alright. Now we got that marked. Let's take our plumb bob. We want to get it right there on that dot. So right here, so we got to make a straight line from here to here. So let me get my ruler here. That right there is the center of our rear end. Right there. And in order to find that one, what I'm going to do is we're going to come from the very end of this frame back here, measure up 33 inches exactly. So we want to go on the other side. We're going to measure 33 inches exactly over on the other side and mark that. Then that'll be dead center of our rear end. That'll give us a center point as to where we want to build these step notches. So when it comes up, we know that you're going to be right in the center of that step notch. So let me get the other side marked. So here, as you see, you got your spring in between your frame and your lower, I'm going to call that trailing arm, because that's kind of what it is. Anyhow, whenever you replace that with an airbag, the space in between here, the airbag is going to be roughly maybe 5 or 6 inches tall with the mounts and the hoses coming out. when it's completely flat. So we have got 10.5 inches. So that gives us 5.5 inches roughly that we need for this top of the frame, or the bottom of that frame, to be able to go down before it hits that rear end. Now, if I'm calculating this right, I say calculating it right, but anyhow, if you'll look here, I've got 8.5 inches to the top of the frame from the rear end. We only need 5.5, so that's barely getting into the frame, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to build a step notch just so we got enough room to go ahead and put a bump stop on the bottom of it. So this is what I've got mocked up. Never mind the tape. But our step notch, basically the bottom of it, is going to come even with the top of the frame. I may raise it up maybe a 1/2 inch. And then we'll be able to put a bump stop in the bottom of this. That way it's not going to bottom out against the frame or anything when these airbags are completely let flat. Of course, you don't want to ride down the road with your airbags that flat because, I mean, let's face it, that's not going to work out good for anybody. But anyhow, we're going to give them the most room possible. So there's no sense in building a step notch that's going to go way up when you're not even going to need that much room. Yes, this will cause us to have to raise the whole bottom of the bed up or notch the bottom of your bed. They don't want the notch, so we're going to raise the whole bottom of the bed up. But anyhow, again, we're using 2x4 square tubing. So what I've done is from here to here is 6 inches. That's how much room I wanted. That gives me 1.5 inch play on each side on the bottom for that rear end. So this is going to put this bottom leg, I'll make a mark because they're both going to be different, because the frame is lower on the back side of this rear end than here on the front side of the rear end. So let's get this marked, and then we'll start getting ready to cut some steel. Alright, so we got our template right here. This is what we need. This is going to go towards the very rear of the truck, and this is going to be the front. So as you can see, now this line up here is completely level on my table with my lines that I've got scribed on the table. So you can see the difference from the frame drop from the front to the back. We've got to make 2 of these. They're going to be both the same on each side. So I'll give you a couple of measurements here real quick. Our cuts are going to be at 30 degrees on both sides. And then if you'll see up top here, from this corner to this corner, we got 10 5/8. From inside to inside corner, that's 6 inches. Let's see what the back portion will be. Looks like 11 3/8, no, 11.5 inches long on the very back edge. Front inside edge is going to be 6 1/8. This one will be on the inside edge. Sorry about that. Looks like it's going to be 4.5, and on the outside edge here it's going to be 9 1/4. So that's the measurements for it. Now that I know what I need, I'm going to get this set up in my saw here to cut. I've already got this set at 30 degrees, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut both top pieces first. That way I know I got those true. And then we'll be able to start cutting our other 2 pieces here. So let me get you set up on a tripod here and we'll get this cut. quick is we're going to check and make sure we do have for sure a 30-degree cut. So in order to do that, yeah, it's close enough. Yep, that's what we need. Alright, so now we get this flipped over. Just like that. Put this one up here. That way we know for sure we have the same exact thing here. All lined up nice and straight. And my blade down, I like to go right up against the blade, just barely touch it. Right there. So we know we got it right on the money. So now we'll move this piece out of that down.